I've been sitting here a little frustrated. You know, been sitting here a little frustrated. And the reason why I've been sitting here a little frustrated is how I see certain things was playing out. You know, the Clippers, man. That made no sense. What just transpired there, to be honest. See, the Lakers lost a lot of what you would consider ground when LeBron was the one that had to hold the ship down, and he couldn't. Losing Dennis Schroeder and AD was too much to overcome, and they went on that 4-game losing streak. And by them on losing that 4 games, well, I never looked at it like that. I looked at it differently, man. I looked at it as me being ticked off because I hate to see a team cheated. If you're going to beat a team, beat them at their best, you know? The fourth quarter, the third quarter, it was bad calls made. Now, the Clippers had problems dealing with transition. But every time they had the game in hand, the refs swallowed the whistle and wouldn't. They don't give Kawhi Leonard the same respect as they would give this bum from Akron. We already know that. But it was blatant, obvious fouls that was taking place that they just weren't calling because they just didn't want the lead to get out of hand. They brought Milwaukee Bucks back in this game. It ruined my day. I couldn't move. After watching that, I couldn't move. This league has persevered over the years by having superstars in the league and that can transcend the game. And but to watch this game play out the way it did, and one more senior is just so slow. And Giannis gets to be Giannis. They need Giannis to win some games, and they need the Clippers to lose some games. See, it's the politics of it. It's because LeBron this is happening. This is all LeBron James' fault. This is all LeBron and the Lakers, the whole nine. It's cool though. It's cool. We'll get it back. I just don't like to be cheated. Of course, I won the Boston game. I picked the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards have been winning my money all all week. They're covering the spread. That's all I cared about. They need the Lakers to take some victories. They need the Lakers to start winning some games. So I'm not even gonna just waste my time with watching the Los Angeles Lakers Golden State. Remember, I told you I'm out. I know what this was gonna be this season. So, I told you I'm out. Only Brooklyn and the Clippers were the games I was gonna watch. And I ended up watching the Utah game because I had all that money on it. Yeah, well, you kind of got to decide like what is it that you want to do at that point. But I feel like there were a lot of calls. There's a lot of bang bang calls that went the Bucks' way that I felt that shouldn't have happened. But it's not like the Clippers still couldn't have won the game, But they had the game sewn up. That fourth quarter was ridiculous. What the officiating that happened in that fourth quarter shouldn't have happened. Kawhi took a bad three because he was unaware of the fact that he dribble already, or what they count that as a dribble, so he had to pull up from there. But he was actually fouled before he even got to the ball. They weren't going to call that. They didn't call the foul on the previous play when he was deliberately fouled. He was held on the screen. They didn't call that. Paul George was fouled. He wasn't getting those calls. But they made sure to call fouls on Morris Sr. Morris Sr. defensively on rotations is not fast enough. He's really slow. And when you got somebody like Giannis out there on the court, he's a matchup problem. They could not stop transition today. I don't understand why. They did it in the third quarter and got themselves back into the game. And took control of the game. And for some crazy reason, they went right back to we can't stop transition. Yeah, well, each his own. I just felt that the game was not officiated correctly and it cost me money. So naturally, I wasn't a happy camper. I don't camp anyway, but I wasn't happy. All the Lakers games are going to come down when they play the good teams. It's going to come down to 3-point shooting. That's it. No one's worried about them. Oh, what's happening in the game? Look, I don't want to give that guy my viewership. Oh, no one's worried about it. What will the Lakers be fine? What does this have to do with the Lakers? Very much so. The Los Angeles Lakers are the reason the referees cheated the Clippers. The Clippers are ahead of them. They need the Clippers to lose so that the Lakers could get back in the second spot. It's all about seeding. The Lakers had to lose because they weren't good enough. They didn't have the people and the personnel in there, so they need to make the other teams lose. The 76ers got to lose. All these teams on the sides got to start losing so that the Lakers can go back up to look like they're something that they're not. No, we don't watch LeBron every night. See, if we gotta get this plague out of here, I can't be supporting it. So when they play Brooklyn, when they play the Clippers, then I'll watch them. Other than that, the Lakers. Where is everybody? Everybody probably doing their own thing right now. I started this a little early today. HD took my viewers. Okay. Oh, the Lakers, Utah will be the number one seed. Period. That's gonna happen. The Lakers will be the number two seed. The Clippers will be the number three seed. Why does the NBA got to sell LeBron so hard? Because it's all they know. They pumped all this money into marketing into him. And because they do that, they ride. It's like milking a cow. The old legend, you got to keep milking him. But the guy is not capable of doing anything anymore to where he could impact the game and take it over. That's not in his reservoir anymore. Like those days are long gone. So they got to keep doing stuff to keep him relevant. They got to put other superstars on the team with him so that this guy could shine and get some garbage points. Well, I don't know. It's up to the league. The league is a mother. Well, that's what we got to focus on, pretty much. I really didn't. I didn't like the way defensively they came out playing. So Yeah, well, sometimes it be like that. They spent the whole first half on the line. Probably. I mean, I refuse to give them my viewership. I've been watching spring training baseball. That's it. The Bulls game got canceled because I think somebody from the Raptors, what they call tracing for that COVID thing. That's messed up a lot of people. So, Sean, I like where your head is at. I love what your way your head is, but that's not the way to go, man. I'm watching the Laker game with the sound turned down. That's very interesting because I refuse to watch the Lakers games with the sound turned down. Let me see. Is it on? What channel is it on? ESPN. 78 to 51. Now there's a three. So now what is it? 81-51, a 30-point lead. How did it become 30? Jesus Christ. And they expect people to sit around and watch that? They got to make up for LeBron James losing all those games. I took Washington, so Washington covered the spread. Boston won the game by 1 point, but I won that game. But it don't really matter now because they cheated me out the Clippers game. What's up, new Chris? I believe it. Oh, LeBron will go off now. They up 30. He get to try out all this stuff. Who cares if you don't make it? This is when he get his points. So you think I'm finna watch that? Hey, the Golden Globes are on. Man, you can tell I've been out of the loop. I'm missing the Golden Globe Awards. No, I think Kawhi Leonard, by all means, is the best. He's what I would call the best option. Straight up. No defense is as good as the team. When you have a leak on the team and they're rotating the ball and moving the ball around, I don't want to take credit away from the Bucks. Now the Bucks played great early in the game. They were moving the ball around, swinging it. Forbes is doing great, hitting threes, playing defense. I just think it got away from them a little bit when they decided that they were going to move in a different direction. Like they decided to switch things around and try to play a half court. Once they got them in a half court set and slowed down the Bucks and made them have to duel the game down in the third quarter, they had it. They had the game, and usually the same thing happens. They got screwed. Well, when you look at, I'm still upset, man. I lost money off this that I shouldn't have lost. I felt like the referees took the game away, and I should have bet it with my common sense of knowing what they were going to do here. Mm, very interesting observation. Yep, a bait bet. Yeah, well, that happens. Ty Lue should be fired. Well, I mean, the thing is that there's no coaches out there they really want to hire because they don't feel that the team is in a position to where they need to be coached. You know, they got a guy that like the basic coach. They don't feel they need some sort of a life-saving coach to come in and save them. You get the wrong coach in there, and he can't deal with what the situation actually is. You know, Seth Curry and his stepfather, who was the head coach of Paul George, and you know that relationship wasn't going to work and go well with one another. So. Oh, no, I'm the jinx. I don't think that's the case. How about them Pistons? We doing good. We getting ready for next season, baby. We ready to go. We right where we need to be. We just got to get Blake out of here. We paying him to sit at home. We just like, we don't even want you to dress up. Go sit at home. It's actually not dead. It's actually, there's just a lot of things that need to be fixed. And as long as they keep hustling backwards, they're never going to move forward. I really do think they need a new commissioner. Adam Silver's slipper is not the answer. He has no backbone. All he is marketing, promotion. He's not about the game. And if you don't have a commissioner that's about the game and the integrity of the game is upheld, then you're going to always be in this situation. Why don't I coach the Clippers? Shoot, I'll be right there with a clipboard if they hire me. I'll be right there. What's up, Joe Cool?
What up? How you doing?
I'm all right. Oh, look like you had trimmed up the beard a little bit.
Nah, not yet. I'm gonna go later this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the wife ain't complained about the beard. She like it, huh?
Yeah. She don't want me to cut it.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
I'm like, all right, I'll keep
You
it.
defeated a lot of people's purposes, man. My buddy, his wife made him cut his.
For
She
real.
was like, I don't like it. So
What up, y'all?
hey, what's up, Robbie?
I've been meaning to ask you if a suggestion on the StreamYard. If we were a commissioner, what top 3 things you would change about the NBA?
If I was the commissioner, what would I change about the NBA? Well, first thing is we rolling the rules back to 1990.
Yeah, exactly.
1990, 1980. 81, when they first introduced the 3-point line, around that time.
Yeah.
These ticky-tack baseball fouls. Carrying is coming back to the league. Everything
And Chevin is coming back to the league as well. That's how you get, all that.
Joey Crawford.
Now they don't feel like this is going to affect the game. Like, hey, man, this is going to affect the game. The superstars can't be superstars no more. Well, then maybe they weren't superstars to begin with.
Exactly.
Because now you got a lot of blown up players looking like they superstars, and you comparing them to people who were really superstars. You know,
Right.
just because you can go 1-on-1 with a guy and take him off the dribble and score, and you got bums like here, like average players getting 22 a night. I'm like, dog,
Right.
Wiggins would never made it in the league. With
Hey,
guys
CL,
like
I will be
Wiggins,
right back. All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna head up for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
all right.
All right.
That's like you remember that dunk Giannis had? I think it was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, that lane was so wide open. I'm like, wow. Like,
Well, yeah, because the thing is there'd have been an illegal defense had anybody been there.
yeah,
They basically eliminated the power forward position. It doesn't exist. So anything in the low post, nothing is really put there anymore. Nothing's outside on the wing being set up. There was plays that the guys don't even know how to defend it.
yeah,
Because they're not used to being over there, but more senior, he's too slow with his feet. And when they rotating the ball over, I knew it was going to end up in Giannis's hands, and Giannis was going to start slashing to the basket.
mhm,
And I knew it was going to. They did that play like 3 times in the game in the fourth quarter.
Right.
yeah.
They did the
Yep.
set.
Everything froze up.
Oh, froze up.
Did he
Yeah,
just say
Cino
that?
froze.
You see that? Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Somebody said they up 60 points.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. Yeah, it froze up for a minute.
Oh, okay. No, they ain't up no 60. They up about like 30 something. No, it's
Is
That's
LeBron
why I
in the
said in
game?
the chat, man, the Clippers need to do anything they can to get Rondo, man. They need him bad.
yeah, they need a point guard, but the thing is that's not what happened today. What happened is they actually won this game, and it was stolen from them. The referees decided, you know, they need the Milwaukee Bucks to get some wins, and they need it on national TV in a big game. They needed the Lakers to catch up to the Clippers and pass them up. So they don't want the Lakers in the 3rd seed.
They want them the second seed by All-Star break.
Yep, they want them in the 2nd or 1st seed. They want them back up there. So they trying to balance everything back out, where the Lakers are like one of the top teams. So the Lakers 3rd or 4th in the West, that's not going to be good for them. Plus, that's too dangerous because any of those teams in 4th, you lose 2 games, you in 7th. So
Yeah.
right, so you gotta. They're doing seeding right now. They got to boost the Lakers right back up. So they got to have the teams ahead of them now starting to lose. And I knew that going into it when they had them lose the last game with the Clippers. And I said, well, they ain't going to let them lose this one. I think they can beat the Bucks on national TV. I'm going to just chance it, man. I shouldn't have chanced it at all. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
The thing about it, man, they played so well in the 3rd quarter. I'm like, okay, they're going to come out in the 4th and balance it out and pull off and win the game. I was like, dang, man, they just taking threes. I'm like, attack the paint.
That's what I said.
We should have never gotten rid of Mo Harkless. I don't think that was the best deal.
Right.
They should have kept Mo Harkless on the team. There's no way we should have lost Mo.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like
because they're wearing Kawhi out. Kawhi can't score the most points and guard the best player too.
I feel like
playing and they got them going to the wall. Like Brooklyn, they just rested. And I love what they doing to what's his name?
They said Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm loving that. I'm loving what they doing to the league. I was like, that's what Adam Silver forget. So Kyrie didn't play that game. Oh, they mad. I already know Brooklyn getting screwed when the playoffs start. Everybody think they going to the finals. I'm like, man, Adam Silver is gonna pull the rug from out of them. Once he get them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, he gonna find a way.
They might find a way to put Philly in the finals just to screw Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, he gonna find a way to screw Brooklyn because he gonna.
But they might use Embiid.
Too
They
talented,
might
man.
use Embiid to do it.
no.
You know, the league good at using other
say-
teams for pawns to get certain teams off the way, and then they call the game a different way when they finally get them off the way, like how they did the Nuggets. We go use your ass to get rid of the Clippers, and then when we play the Lakers, we go prove that we don't like you like that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that it was some people that should be behind bars behind that Lakers series with the Nuggets. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet is LeBron in the game too? Is he still playing right now?
I don't know. I just saw the score.
Now he was sitting down laughing it up on the bench.
I could care less about that game, man, for real.
Exactly.
They playing a smaller Golden State team that looked like they didn't have no heart. I saw the first like quarter of it. It was getting posted up, getting bullied.
Yeah, I think they're going through the motions right now. They're trying to just get this game over with.
Yeah. They're trying to stay motivated for next season, man. That's all. They'll be better
Well,
next year.
I don't think the refs cheated the Clippers. Like down the stretch, they was like, I'm gonna just give it to Kawhi, and Kawhi gonna make something happen.
Oh,
But
yes, they did.
Here's the thing about Paul George.
It was a whole bunch of calls that the refs should have made that they didn't.
But yeah, but I would.
For example,
I mean, there was up four with like 4 minutes left.
For example, just like there was a play that I remember where Paul George got the ball. He went you know what I mean, to his left side to the basket, went up on Giannis, and they didn't even call a foul. They didn't. Like, that was just one.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
They made it seem like Giannis went straight up, and he didn't. You know what I mean?
But what the refs got to do is you only shooting 7 free throws the whole team off the whole game.
But to me, but to me, I feel like I feel like there's too many.
On one of those last possessions.
No, I feel like
what did the ref got you shooting 7 free throws for the entire game?
That means everything.
Right.
Exactly. 7 free throws.
But they were selling for outside. Don't you gotta go to basketball?
They were
to make them call the foul.
Yeah, but I feel like it's.
Somebody turn their volume down on their TV or something.
Yeah, dog.
It's to do with the Lakers hat.
Somebody turn the stream down. Whoever has their YouTube on, turn
What's
it
that
on.
do with the Lakers hat?
All right.
Good enough?
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was too many threes they shot in the Clippers. It was too many threes they shot.
I agree.
And especially from Panic P for shooting 7 for 16. Yeah.
But that's what he gonna do. He gonna
Banana clip P.
But even when that happened, they had the game under control. I felt they had it. Period. I was like, they got this now.
Yeah, I think they just let it go. They let that game go. They could have won that game. They should have won that game.
Right. But I don't know. They missing something. They need a facilitator. And Paul George can't do that.
Made a bad shot decision too in those clutch moments.
It's still an echo.
It's still an echo.
Paul George be keeping the ball like he the point.
Yeah,
The reason why they be looking bad is because Patrick defensive irritant. So they need a point guard that's specifically, just gets the ball to everybody else. I don't know what y'all think, but what if y'all thought about maybe they could bring Lonzo Ball over? He's less expensive as Kyle Lowry, and he gets the job done.
No.
No?
He
Okay.
He good where he is. He need to stay where he is.
Oh.
So you saying so should Kawhi go and get Kyle Lowry? I'm hearing that's the rumor. That's what's on the flow out there.
I mean, yeah, that's the rumor that they want to the Clippers, and if they do that, that's essentially better than having Lonzo Ball. You have somebody who's proven, and they got playoff experience. They very proven and what they need to get done. You know, I don't trust Lonzo Ball. He's a poor free throw shooter. You don't want
He's a poor shooter. Period.
And you don't want him in decision-making situations. He has a lot of turnovers. You know, Kyle Lowry is somebody who knows how to get fouled, go to the bucket. You know, you don't need him to do much. So I felt at this point in his career, that's the missing piece they need. If they get Kyle Lowry, they could really do something.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The thing is, though, how much they have to
that'll
give
help
up for Kyle Lowry, though?
How much,
how expensive is he?
Frank said that this Negro. No, they trying to get Lonzo Ball to the Clippers. I mean, to the Golden State Warriors.
Wow.
How much do you think the Clippers would have to give up for Kyle Lowry?
Morris,
they got
probably Luke Kennard.
All right.
I don't like Kennard anyway on the Clippers. I wouldn't mind getting rid of him.
Reggie Jackson.
That's what I said. It might be Reggie. I said it might be Reggie.
Kennard. I think Luke Kennard could actually play. They don't trust him enough.
Yeah.
Man, he came from Duke, man. He went to Duke.
Exactly.
That's
I
why.
mean, Toronto don't need Lowry. Van Fleet done took his spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Powell and Van Fleet, though, that should be your lineup there. When that lineup in there, they crushing. Lowry playing like, I didn't already got a chip. I'm cool. So that's how he's playing in Toronto now. He like laxed. I was like, dog, he came in this season laxed. Like,
And remember, though, they're not in Toronto, they're in Tampa. So it's a whole new environment.
that is true. They home games are being played.
They're not in the cold no more. They're not in the freezer no more. So they came down south to Tampa and Florida, like, South Beach. We're closer to South Beach. We're in Tampa.
Yeah.
It's not cold Toronto.
Right.
That's why when the season started off, they was getting their butt whipped because when they home game, they was playing too lax.
Yeah. And that is
then they traded that boy, they cut that boy Alex Lynn, got rid of his sorry butt, and got in that guy Boucher, and they start winning.
Yep. But the thing is they start playing Powell more too. Powell has been a huge addition to the offense this season. And they stopped going to this because last year it was just all the Pascal and he's on a whole nother level, and and he just had that amazing season until guys realized, okay, let's shut him down. And once they shut him down, now his confidence is not there.
You talking about Siakam, right?
He done resorted back to being a role player.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew Pascal didn't have it to be like that star player. Like last year, he kind of played over his head. But I knew when the playoffs came, pressure situations, pressure shots, I knew he wasn't going to get it done because the year before that, he gave it to Kawhi, got out the way. And I knew it was going to be too much of a load for him to carry. When you got a team like the Raptors, when you got like a makeshift team, it's like you got to play like the Miami Heat. Everybody got to pitch in and get points to help out. Because you don't have a head over shoulder superstar over everybody else. Everybody got damn near equally talented. So when you got a team that's like equally talented, you need to feed off each other to get the point.
I believe in that 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Hey man, when the Warriors gonna fire Steve Kerr, man?
I don't know, man. He's a celebrity. He's like Phil Jackson now. He like Phil Jackson, but to me, I would have been got rid of Kerr.
Like over the past couple years, he ain't developed no rookies. Draymond pretty much doing his job with Wiseman.
Try to honor him.
I mean, he don't contribute nothing.
He doesn't bring anything to the table to me. He just
Steve Kerr don't even like ignite his team. Like when they be getting out physical and handled, he don't really like. He don't do what Tom Thibodeau do, like throw the clipboard, get in their face, and just motivate them to get up and prove that they're a man down low. It's like if you got it tonight, you're gonna win. If you don't got it, I'm not gonna motivate you to have it.
Steve Kerr was handed.
Yeah, he'll yell at certain times, but now he's more reserved.
That's not good. They don't need to be reserved. They need him to be up yelling. Shoot, you getting beat by 50.
Steve Kerr got blessed with one of the best coaching jobs ever.
Yep, he got blessed.
He got blessed with one of the best coaching jobs ever.
And it was like, well, Mark Jackson.
I don't know what he did behind the scenes.
Yeah, he got blessed with Mark Jackson boys.
He kissed
Mark Jackson raised them boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mark
and I
Jackson
hate
also got some
sport.
Mark
Just
Jackson
like the
disagreed with them
Chargers,
owners,
man.
and they was like, "We got to get you out of here."
Right.
Yeah, that black coach, he been there 2 years for the Chargers, and he got that.
How many years? Hey, how many years?
That put up the best numbers in the history of the NFL, and now all of a sudden,
hey, how many years were they out the playoffs?
Who, the Chargers?
No, how many years was the Warriors out the playoffs before they had got Mark Jackson?
Wow, man, a lot. A lot of years went by.
Since the Baron Davis days.
Right. Since the We Believe days.
Hey, before they that was the last time of Baron Davis days when they was in the playoffs.
Yep. When they had BD, they had Captain Jack.
Al Harrington. I think Al Harrington was on that team too, right? No. That was who else was on that team?
They beat Dallas that year, right? They knocked Dallas out in the first round.
Do y'all think that Mark Jackson will get another coaching job, or do y'all think they got him blackballed?
Blackball.
They got him blackballed.
He's blackballed, plus he's cool where he's at. And that's the thing. It's like, hey, if I get a job, cool, but cool where I'm at.
Yeah. Plus, you know what I mean. If I'm not mistaken, he's a very devout member of his church. So I mean, he's preoccupied.
Yeah, he's a devout member of the church, and he's not. But the thing is the NBA's got all this belief, and we behind everybody, and all of this. But my thing is, if that's the case, where in the world is if that's such the case, and y'all talking about this Jeremy Lin and all this unfairness, why are we against somebody who talking about, church and God and all that stuff? Why is that such a problem?
Hey, you know what? That's see, no, you hit it on the nail right there. It's taboo to talk about God publicly now. They don't do it in reward shows. They don't do none of that.
Because you know what I mean.
The only reason why he's out is because they tried to make it look like he was against homosexuality, which he is. The church is. It wasn't him. God, and all he said was, "I pray for him."
He's going, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean. He's a man. He's a man of God.
You remember when he let Iguodala coach the team? Do you remember when he was over there sitting down and let them coach each other?
Oh yeah, that was Kerr. Yeah.
Yeah, Kerr, he let them coach each other. I said that's what they're doing anyway.
Basically.
Yeah, that was because of the back and forth with Draymond. They let Draymond coach, and him and Iguodala, and that's what
Kerr yells at the referee.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, the only person
Luke
Walton
won like
when they
20 in a row with this team. I mean, come on, Kerr need to go, man. It's about time.
They're gonna let Walton go to Sacramento. I think he's gonna get fired.
It's in the corner, but it ultimately comes down to Steph. Steph want a new coach. Because the thing is Steph still wants Steve there, and he's used to how Steve coach. And he just like, no, we keeping Steve. They gonna run this by Steph before they go and do anything else.
Right.
Now, the thing is that the team is not really growing. You got a lot of new players that's trying to learn their system, Golden State system. So you got a lot of these young players. They're just talented, one-on-one players. Right. And they don't really have a team at full strength. So when they was like, okay, when Clay get back, then we can go off of getting back to the Golden State way of winning. We can, they'd have to deal with Clay. But then what will Clay be defensively after being out for 2 years? We know he can shoot the ball, but defensively is what was his key. He know the system. So
Kelly
you got
Kelly
Dre,
Oubre.
Kawhi,
Kelly
and
Oubre, to
Steph.
me, he went away from what he was good at.
Well, the thing is that he's trying
Kelly
to fit
Oubre should play
into the world.
defense. And yeah, I know he's trying to fit in. I know this is his first year learning they offense, but you know, he got a little shine when he was in Phoenix the season before. Got a couple interviews, had a couple major dunks, and I think this year he felt like that was his coming out season, so he wanted to be a little bit more offensive player. And I think he need to stick to he getting to it. It looked like, but he just need to focus on defense and making that 3-ball.
That's Michelle's daughter changed the picture. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Wait, oh no, not this.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I agree, man. Steve Kerr, man, he's just, like, he's a face. You know what I mean? He's really not out there coaching. Just like Phil Jackson, the real mastermind behind those Bulls teams, and the triangle and all that. That was Tex Winter. You know what I mean? The assistant coach. He was the one who was the mastermind behind that.
Y'all think Chauncey could be a coach for
Chauncey
somebody? Yeah.
Chauncey to be,
but I don't know if he'll be a decent
Chauncey's trying
coach.
to be a president of operations. He's way past going to coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wasn't he trying to be the GM for the Cleveland Cavaliers or something?
Yeah, he passed up on that.
He was going to be either the president or general manager of Cleveland, but they offered him the lowest pay of any general manager in the NBA.
Yeah, he passed on that. He's GM. He said the Cavs GM. He was offered as a Cavs GM.
So they wanted a black GM and just said, okay, let's just get a black guy and pay him the lowest amount of money. Basically. And that's when they got Kobe in. He took the job.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still there as a general manager? Is he still there?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, he can't find no deal for Kevin Love and Drummond. We still waiting on that.
Who's the GM?
Yeah.
Who's the GM?
Jeez, we've been trying to trade Kevin Love for like 4 years now.
Where is Drummond going anyway?
I don't know.
Brooklyn. They're going to go to Brooklyn.
Hopefully.
And LeBron messed Kevin Love up, man.
He sure did.
True. He ain't been the same since he left Minnesota.
He ain't the only one.
People forget how well
that man traded his whole individual career for a ring.
Yeah.
I don't know who's more untradeable, Kevin Love or Blake Griffin.
Well, I would say Blake is the hardest got to move because Blake is
the
like
contract.
Many times the contract. He been hurt, the Pistons just got to eat that. I'll be like, dude, you got to eat that contract. You got to get rid of Blake. It's been time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just filling up space, you know what I mean? Really not, it's not able to contribute anything due to his, energy. I mean, his injuries, which are taking its toll on his career.
Yeah.
Facts. I feel like Blake Griffin been done since that playoff series where he willed Detroit to the playoffs. And it was the first round. I think it was the 2018 playoffs, and they got swept by the Bucks. And Blake Griffin did a Herculean soldier effort with playing with his knee wrapped up. And I remember that game they got swept in Detroit. He played his heart out. And when I saw Blake Griffin hobbling like that, trying to give it his all for Detroit, I said, yeah, this is about to be it for Blake Griffin. Like, they draining the rest of what he got left on this bad team. And once that happened, I felt like after 2019, it was like the beginning of the end for Blake Griffin. Like his last All-Star appearance with the Pistons, like his first good year with the Pistons was like his last, like Blake Griffin, the last time you saw like the true Blake Griffin. And it's been downhill ever since then.
I mean, it ain't nothing new because every time the playoff comes, he always had to deal with injuries.
Yep.
But this is ridiculous though. Like he's been extra, he's been hurt even worse, and then his play is just he's no longer the athletic guy jumping over Kia cars. It's like he's a jump shot, pick and pop.
He did not jump
player.
over that damn car. He jumped over the hood. It was the hood he jumped over.
Well,
yeah.
He jumped over the hood.
He'll probably be coming out the bench whoever go next. I don't see him being a starter.
Right, he's no longer a starter in this league.
I think Portland should probably go get him.
No.
What?
Or him or Kevin Love. They need a power forward.
I'll take Kevin Love before I'll take Blake Griffin.
Kevin Love
that boy Blake Griffin ain't dunked since I think December or June 6th, 2019. They dated his shit.
That's Chadwick Boseman's wife. She accepted an award for him.
Oh, he won?
Yeah, he won the Golden Glove Awards for his performance. For
Is she showing her stomach?
No.
She had a baby?
Yeah, I said she was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Congrats.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay.
I mean, his legacy gonna live on, man.
Absolutely. Wrong pass. Okay. Wrong pass. Wrong. Yeah, man, but shoot, hold on.
Something beautiful, something inspiring, something that would amplify that little voice inside of all of us that tells you you can, that tells you to keep going, that calls you back to what you are meant to be doing at this moment in history. He would thank Mr. George C. Wolfe, Mr. Denzel Washington, lots of people in athletes. He would thank Ms. Viola Davis, Mr. Glenn Turman, Mr. Michael Potts, Mr. Coleman Domingo, Ms. Taylor Page, Mr. Jasson Brown. And I don't have his words, but we have to take all the moments to celebrate those we love. So thank you, HFPA, for this opportunity to do exactly that. And hun, you keep on coming. And
That's a beautiful dress you got on too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, them Knicks,
Hey,
man.
Let me tell you, did y'all know that it was a petition started to remove Adam Silver after the 2016 finals?
Oh, back then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What?
To get rid of Adam Silver.
What happened in 2016?
When LeBron won the
they got
championship and they suspended Draymond and everything, the man made his claims, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the Patreon.
I heard somebody say that they got a plan.
Okay.
I heard they got a plan for LeBron James to lead the game 6-6.
Oh, Jesus.
If they do that, they ruining the league.
Right.
It'd be even worse. It's gonna be even worse.
They already ruining the league.
Exactly. He's destroyed the very
I'm gonna say
fabric of the
this:
game.
if LeBron never made that move that he made, we wouldn't be dealing with the way the league is now. About every year now is about who can team up. Just every year now is about who ain't playing with each other and can I get them to play with me.
This is true.
Right.
He's ruined the competitive balance across the league, man. You know.
And you know what? I think
That's
he
boring.
would've
That's
got
not
more
like that, but
respect.
that's boring basketball.
Absolutely.
I think he would have got more respect if he would have made the finals to play against Kobe. I think people would give him a little bit more respect if he would have did that.
Yeah.
But he just ain't.
Yeah.
He just
but
ain't
you
happy.
know what?
Yeah.
I believe. I'm gonna go and go a little Carcino. I'm gonna go Cino on that one. I believe that it was purposely made for him to lose because they knew that Kobe will destroy him, and that would destroy his legacy, and him can put over Kobe with these little arguments. At that time, Kobe wasn't losing to nobody. We seen what he did to Orlando. Kobe wasn't fit to lose to Cleveland when they came in there. You seen how he exploded on the Dwight. Look how the Dwight them did LeBron.
What was they gonna do was this. They were supposed to go back to back with them. LeBron and Kobe was supposed to be like the new rivalry. They were gonna have Kobe win his championship. Then LeBron was supposed to beat
Magic and Bird.
No, LeBron was supposed to get his first beating him if he'd have stayed in Cleveland. But he couldn't. Nobody wanted to come to help LeBron in Cleveland so they could get back up there. Once they lost to Orlando, that wasn't supposed to happen. Like the refs did everything in their power. They couldn't stop Orlando.
Exactly. Yeah. You kept leaving doggone Hito Turkoglu and doggone what's his name?
Team, so the referees couldn't play. The referees couldn't help them out because Orlando was a jump shooting team.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. And they could not guard the perimeter, man.
The referees couldn't help LeBron out against Dallas. That's why they lost against Dallas. Jump shooting teams always destroy LeBron.
A jump shooting team and plus, you know what I mean? LeBron couldn't even stop that. You couldn't even score against that 2-3 zone, a zone defense. Like, you know what I mean? A zone defense, period.
His defense was always overrated. And his defense is overrated.
He still plays like a high school player.
He was never
He's still a high school player.
He was never a lockdown defender, man. And this will make me mad what they say on TV, and they make kids believe that he can do this. He cannot stick a real five. He probably can stick a bench five, the 14th man on the bench, but he can't stick Joel Embiid. He cannot guard all five positions.
He can't guard himself. LeBron can't guard himself.
Joker and all these people.
He cannot guard all five positions, man. But for real, he cannot
guard himself.
Yeah, I hate when they say that. They say he can guard all five, and he can't, man. He can't.
Right, he can't guard all five
his own position. And
he can't guard
all power play guard.
Right, he can't guard all five positions, and he cannot play all five.
I just see how they amplify. They've been amplifying this man's career ever since before he even stepped on the floor. It's not a thing about me going after him. It's just a thing on me knowing what he can do and what he don't do. Like, I'm not fit to sit up here and just, I know what my eyes see. I've been wild and not like that. I ain't saying this man can't play basketball, but LeBron never made me jump out my.
He can't play. He can't do nothing, bro.
Yeah, high school basketball player.
Basically.
But see, this what makes me so mad because at the same time, Kevin Durant, what he doing with the league, I don't like it either.
Oh my Lord.
He hopped on a Golden State bandwagon. I was cool with him going to Brooklyn, even though that was like a ready-made team where all the role player was already there. I was cool with him having Kyrie. But when they got James Harden, I'm like, dude, that's weak.
Oh, no. Let him finish.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I just want to ask. Since when were you cool with him going to Brooklyn? The last time I checked, you wasn't. You didn't like this call.
I was cool with him going to Brooklyn, but when they got James Harden and he just let that happen, I wasn't cool with that.
Let that happen. He got traded to Brooklyn. What you mean?
Yeah, but he could went to ownership like, no, we don't need James Harden.
I mean, if you got a chance to get James,
more. Yeah,
that's
you ain't
my
gonna.
point.
You're
That's
not
weak.
gonna say no, and you're not trying to, and you really not trying to interfere with a man. Pockets and career. Whatever he's doing over there. If they, at the end of the day, I think Kevin Durant was like, if Brooklyn do it, that's what they do. That's not my job to pick. Who comes here and all that. That's up for the coaches and everybody.
But that's what makes it so weak because I just know guys from the 80s and 90s won't let that happen. There's no way Charles Barkley would end up with Jordan. It's just no way.
But I'm saying
Jordan trying to prove he's better than Barkley.
But you saying that what the KD did? What you saying? Hold on.
LeBron's been doing this for years, and he's been set this as the present of what all the teams got to do now. So it's
that's why LeBron's still asking for respect.
Right.
Don't mean Kevin Durant got to do it too. I don't think he got to do that to win.
But you saying, that was
Kevin
weak. But you
Durant,
think that LeBron moved?
Well,
Kevin Durant, he took himself out the no conversation when he did
you
that.
sitting over there trying to do it. of trying to develop.
I mean, LA ain't no juggernauts. All they got is him and Anthony Davis. Him and Kyrie's good enough to get that team.
You got two
top five. You got Dennis Schroeder, who's 6 man of the year. You got a lot of players.
One at a time, yo.
Okay, Brooklyn had a whip too. They had before the trade. They had Jared Allen, LeVert, Dinwiddie,
and that team.
DeAndre Jordan. They had the whip too.
That team wasn't going.
Joe Harris.
That team was not going anywhere.
Dinwiddie was out for the season.
Right, they were injury prone and they were a good team, but they weren't a team that could go and vie for a championship.
Right. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
No. Here's the thing. They were a very talented team, but at the end of the day, their chemistry wasn't there. The chemistry wasn't there. You know what I mean? They couldn't. You know,
right. And you know how many players this team
out of the GOAT.
You got to remember too. Look at the Golden State Warriors roster, man. When he got there, when Kevin Durant got there,
yeah, because they got rid of Barnes, they got rid of David Lee, and they Barbosa left, or you still or is he still there when KD?
This is one. They lost.
Space is gone. Harrison Barnes is gone. Their whole
exactly.
David Lee was gone.
Okay, that's just the bench though. They still had their core players. They still had Clay, Steph, Draymond, and Iggy.
Do you realize, dude? That championship team. And plus, the next year when they won 73 wins, dude, the one of the main reasons as to why they got that many wins is because of their bench, dog. That was the reason why they ended up.
So they went from like 73 wins to like they still won like 60 games
because they ended up rebuilding after they got KD.
You gotta win the championship. They went 7 games with Golden State. I mean, with the Rockets that 1 year.
Right, they're beatable. Yeah, they were. You know what I mean? It's not like they weren't unbeatable.
You talking about with Kevin Durant?
Right. It wasn't like just because you get Kevin Durant, you won the championship. You still got to go out and play and win.
Exactly.
You got to win.
They struggled that year a little bit too.
I'm saying like, okay, Kevin Durant game to me, Kevin Durant's the best player in the league by his game himself.
I agree. I can most definitely agree.
So
I could agree with that too.
I feel like, okay, if you're the best player in the league, you should try to prove that you're the best player in the league. You shouldn't try to team up with the best former MVPs and all that. That's weak.
Same go as Why would you join the guy? Hold on. Why you join the guy that's hold on. Why you join a guy that's not?
That's why I can't. And that's why I can't respect these LeBron nights out here, bro.
Well, hold on. Why would you join a guy that's an all-star? That's an all-star, and also won a championship before you. So
just beat you.
I mean, LeBron weak too. That's not my point. I'm saying Kevin Durant also. He didn't have to do that.
He's not.
He didn't have to he didn't have to accept James Harden on that team.
I can tell you something like real simple.
It's not.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
It's not that he's weak. I could just tell you something real simple. When Kevin Durant got traded to the Warriors, you act like he just coasted.
Thank you.
That's the
exactly. It's like LB. That's what I've been saying. It's like, dog.
Took over the Warriors when he got there.
That's what I've been saying. It's like, bro, they rebuilt around Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? After they got him, you know what I mean?
It's not like he just sat back there and got a ring. Like
that's what I'm saying.
His ring don't compare to a Jordan who had to make Scottie Pippen a tougher player. He had to make Horace Grant a tougher player. He had to go through playoff matchups before he won the chip.
That's the same for
LeBron. This is a different era. This is a different era.
It's the same game.
It's not the same game, dude.
No, it's not the same game.
Not the same game.
That's why I can't compare his rings to anybody.
You can't compare.
You can't compare that. It's not the same.
He was gonna get praise, man, for that.
Same time. It's praise for that. Like LeBron got praise. It's gonna be different from 2030.
I feel like when he went to Brooklyn, he had a chance to redeem himself, but he chose not to.
Man, Kevin Durant's legacy is solidified no matter what. What do you mean?
Number one, KD is not the man. He's not the owner of the Nets. They make the decision. The front office makes the decision of who goes and who stays.
Right, and the thing is what people don't realize is that people
So you don't think they went to Kevin Durant to see if James Harden would be cool coming here?
I'm not saying that he probably was like, he probably just gave him a heads up and he was like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's still on the owners of whether they want to sign these players or not. That's not Kevin Durant's decision.
Yeah, but the thing is that they did the same thing with Russ. They had Russ on the same team with Russell Westbrook. They had Melo, and then they had Paul George. They had their big three. Nobody said a damn thing. So, I mean, it don't mean you're going to win. Just because you got that lineup, it depends on what works. And in Houston, they had what? They kept revolving doors of big threes.
Whatever comes down to it,
but basically, the way the league is now, no one is getting a chance to show their talent and really beat nobody, because all it is now is get the most superstars for your team and go to the finals and try to win. Ain't nobody out talent. You don't get to show that you got more will or more heart or more talent player anymore, because it's just about.
I respect that a lot more than what Kevin Durant's doing right now.
Why are you singling out Kevin Durant? Why are you singling Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant didn't do that. That was James Harden and Houston.
Bro, who is that, man?
I can't hear no female. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, somebody's got something going on in the background. Who is that?
It's somebody.
Can you take this YouTube comment off? You know what I mean?
And what I don't like is about these LeBron nights, man. They be mad at at the Warriors about the run they had with Kevin Durant. But the crazy thing is, as soon as Kawhi Leonard was available to leave Toronto, they wanted him on the Lakers to put him with AD and LeBron.
Yep.
And you won't believe all these Laker fans that be making fun of Kawhi, like, oh, you big dummy. You could have joined LeBron and AD and got 3 championships in a row. I'm like, man, you want him to do the same thing what Durant did, like with Golden State. So why are you hating on Golden State? Well, you want Kawhi to help you stack the deck.
And once again, it's like Rob.
I mean, those are just stupid.
Okay, listen, man. Like Sino said, Robbie, why are you singling out Kevin Durant though? Not calling out anybody else to do
because
why? Right, you ain't single out Kyrie Irving. You ain't saying nothing about Kyrie.
Because Kyrie Irving is not the best player in the league.
He's still one of the best players in the league, though.
It's really James Harden, though. James Harden said, "I want to go over there."
Right. And Kevin Durant said, "No, I'm
Kevin
good."
Durant is not
James
LeBron
Harden was
James.
the one trying to get the trade.
Okay, let's get this straight now. Kevin Durant play those type of politics. He's like Kawhi Leonard. You know, they're not playing these politics in all these games. They care about the actual ball. LeBron like to do all that stuff. He want to be the GM, the coach, the president. He want to make sure this person coming over here, he worrying about other people's teams, trying to make them weaker so that they could beat them in the division. He doing all this stuff, moving players on from team to team. That's him. That's the cancer of the league. Is LeBron, without a doubt.
Do you remember?
That's true, but these guys are following the same footsteps, so they ain't making it no better.
When has Kevin Durant ever went out and said that somebody else on another team should be moved over there, or he don't like the way they doing this player over there? They need to move him to another team to try to get them over there. When has he went coaching other players to come join him on another team?
No, you're right. He ain't doing it to the extent of LeBron. LeBron get GMs fired from other teams, but at the end of the day, it's the same result. He joined Steph Curry and them, and now he with James Harden and Kyrie.
He was a free agent.
James Harden and Kyrie.
Now LeBron won't be Malcolm X all of a sudden.
Over there. KD was already there, so how's he joining up with James Harden when he was
Durant joined James Harden?
That's kept telling you that.
They not like to go
Hey, Cino. Kevin Durant didn't ask for that trade, though. This was something that James Harden wanted, and the Brooklyn Nets did. Kevin Durant didn't say one time, Please give me James Harden. I mean, you didn't see him
true, but once he
talking about
once
where
I
Woj
mean,
is.
it was out there. Everybody heard James Harden could be coming to Brooklyn. I mean, the rumors was out there. He could be like, no, we don't need him.
His Twitter. LeBron James got on his Twitter and said, "Where is Woj at?"
Like 24/7. I'm pretty sure that they heard, but it's like, okay.
So why aren't you mad at James Harden? Why aren't you mad at James Harden when he forced his way out?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Kevin Durant was sitting out.
I don't understand why you're so mad at Kevin Durant.
That's why I'm like, why are you mad at Kevin Durant?
I ain't mad.
Kevin Durant ain't played basketball in 2 years.
That's
what I'm saying.
I mean, we knew he was gonna bounce back. He wasn't gonna lose his
back to being Kevin Durant.
You don't know that. You don't know what he was gonna look like.
He wasn't. He had back-to-back
his game his game is not all athleticism. It's mostly skill.
Dog, you act like this dude ain't built like Slender Man.
He had back-to-back major surgeries.
Dog, Boogie got skills. You see Boogie
like
like
you're
that?
mad at Kevin Durant because he didn't say James Harden don't come.
Right, but Boogie's like
Durant? Are you mad at
70 pounds heavier?
He don't come.
Still, that is not. Still,
it don't matter, dog. Do you know what kind of
Kevin? It doesn't matter. Like who you are is still an injury.
He's a 7-foot guy that move like a guard. You know, that's unheard of. Like what he's able to do at his size is unheard of. And putting all that strain every year on your body like that, playing deep into the playoffs every year. And
been in the league like 12.
When he got hurt and had that kind of injury, him coming back was like, okay, something else is gonna go wrong. When you normally come back, when you have that type of injury, normally on your other leg, something gives out. Because it's been
that's why he got the hamstring problem right now on his other leg.
Yeah, you know that's.
I think they say he ain't gonna play in the All-Star game either.
No, he's not. He's already been.
And look what happened to Clay. Look what happened to Clay Thompson. He had one knee injury, then got the other one.
Sabonis is replacing Kevin Durant. So
wait, hold on. So who's team captain now?
Oh man, they don't care about none of that stuff no more. That's why they.
Hold on. So what are they doing now? Oh, no, they need to figure this out. They
got to be one guy from the East.
They don't care about who team captain no more. That's already done.
So they
this is why they didn't do the draft. They was gonna have the players draft through, but Kevin Durant wasn't gonna play, and they knew that. So they just went ahead and did the pick anyway. So they didn't do a draft.
Right, so it's just East and West.
Okay, going back to the way it's always been.
Right. So they put Sabonis in instead of KD.
KD is
so
not
they put Sabonis in.
So Sabonis.
No, I know that, but so who's replacing him?
Sabonis.
Sabonis is replacing this. Okay. All right. Dang, what about Trey?
This weekend, right? It's like this week, right?
Isn't it March 7th?
March 7th.
This weekend.
Yeah, that's next week. I think. Yeah, like this coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep, next week.
Man, they snub Trae Young. I don't care what nobody say, man. They snub my boy Trae Young. How the All-Star game in Atlanta, but Trae Young not in the All-Star game?
That's right.
Trae Young's not in the All-Star
game. Trae be killing
that's a damn shame. That's a crime shame. That's a crime shame. That man supposed to be an All-Star.
Who they replacing with KD? That's why I just asked who was replacing KD, because I thought they would have put Trae Young in there.
No.
Politics, man. Politics.
They feel like they got way too many guards.
Yeah.
No, there's no politics between Trae and Sabonis.
No, they need to get rid of Ben Simmons' ass. You know, they need to get rid of Ben Simmons' ass. Drop him.
They need to get rid of Ben Simmons. They definitely do.
It took Ben Simmons. It took Ben Simmons 3 years. It took Ben Simmons 3 years to do something he should have been doing 3 years ago. The numbers he getting, he supposed to have been did this shit.
That dude averaged 12 points a game. How is he all?
He just started averaging like what?
They got two Celtics in there, and they out the playoff.
No, because that was confusing me. Like, you got Trae Young. Like, you gave the Australian kid who can't shoot an All-Star. Instead of
what do people like about
how's his game attractive for an All-Star game? He can't even shoot.
Like what?
The All-Star game supposed to be for players who can shoot and make it happen. Not no Ben Simmons. Matter of fact, an old school fact for y'all. When in 1990 and 1997, when the All-Star game was in Cleveland, even Terrell Brandon was voted All-Star for Cavaliers. And the All-Star game was in Cleveland, so they had to get a Cavalier in there. Terrell Brandon made a reserve. Terrell Brandon.
So, what were you going to say?
But this is what I'm saying. This is not like they had to go find somebody from Atlanta. This Trae Young. This ice traded game. I'm like, y'all acting as if Trae Young wasn't putting up numbers. Like, he ain't got the numbers to be there. He got the numbers. And he the only star they got, really. But he turned the whole culture around. He's actually packing people in there. When everybody's through the pandemic, they actually selling tickets in Atlanta. You can go to Atlanta to see that. People are going to the games now. Before they wouldn't even go to the game. They'd just go to the club. Like, man, unless
that's why there's no way Jaylen Brown got more fan votes than Trae Young.
Man, it's not
no way.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Of course not. Not just that, y'all. What's his name? The guy from the Orlando.
And like you said, Ben Simmons. Like, come on, man. Ben Simmons can't even shoot the ball.
That's why
you put him over Trae Young. Come on,
that man run away from 15 footers. He run away from floaters.
Now I want to go back and say that Jonathan should have won MVP and not.
Trae Young is the leader of his team. When Joel Embiid went down and it was Simmons there, he couldn't even get them damn near 3 wins. He can't. He's not even that type of player at all.
Right.
He's cut from that LeBron clause.
His overall impact. His overall impact on it. He could drop because he won them games when Embiid was out. He dropped like a 40 piece, but we still lost. Like his impact on the game doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Ben Simmons could drop 40 and still lose.
Still win games if he's there or not.
Because Ben Simmons gonna drop 40 doing the same move every time. He's too predictable.
Exactly. Running to the hole, putting his short. Same thing LeBron do. Running to the cup, lay it
try
up.
to get on Trae Young and try to stop Trae hitting. Dude, he's shooting better from 40 feet out than most dudes is shooting. Like Ben Simmons shooting in the field almost. I'm like, dog, you won't even attempt a shot from that far, or even one shot from there. You don't. Will he even attempt more than 5-6 shots? And he can't shoot free throws. I'm like, dog, this guy is the biggest waste I've ever seen of a 7-footer in the league. He has not developed the game. He's still playing the same damn way he did as a rookie. Weak. And if
listen to this, listen to this, why would you change the game when your idol LeBron ain't changed his game? That's who Ben Simmons is.
Yeah, you're right.
Good point. Very good point.
I ain't got to change my game. He doing awfully fine over there. I might as well keep doing
here's my thing, dog. Another thing, aside from Ben Simmons making it, which he shouldn't have, Bam Adebayo should have made it. You know what I mean? But instead, they put old boy from Orlando, Nikola Vucevic, up in the All-Star game, and they're losing right now. They're not even in contention to make the playoffs.
And then even on top of that, you saw Jimmy Butler sit down because his teammate Bam didn't make it to the All-Star game. Jimmy Butler said, "I'm not even participating." That's a leader right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why they were sitting Jimmy no more, because Jimmy basically last time he got selected, he sat down on the day of the game like, "I'm gonna just chill. I need to rest." But they were mad at Jimmy, and they was like, "Man, we shouldn't bring Jimmy Butler in there no more." So when they didn't put Bam in there, I'm shocked Bam didn't make it.
Right.
Did Russell Westbrook make it?
No.
Wait a minute. What is going on? What? Russell Westbrook's not there either? Yo, who
in
made
the
this,
East,
man?
though? He can make it in the West, but he can't make it in the East, though.
So who was you gonna put over Russ? I mean, would you put if Trae Young didn't make it? You damn well can't put him in there.
I'm taking out Tatum and Brown.
Tatum?
No Celtic making it.
No.
I can't.
What?
I'll take him better than Westbrook.
Tatum in there, but I'll take out Brown. I'll put leave Tatum in there.
You don't take out Tatum.
Yeah, I'll leave Tatum in there.
You take out James Harden because James Harden. You take out James Harden because James Harden go for the Western Conference.
No.
He only been East Conference for like 2 months.
No, I'm not taking Harden out either.
What does that matter?
Nah.
I'm picking Westbrook over Tatum.
Nah.
Yeah. Hell no.
What? No.
Hell no.
Westbrook can't even shoot nothing.
No.
So what?
Sorry.
He's still better playing than Jason Tatum. What are you talking about?
Mr. Westbrook himself?
No, I watched the game. Jason Tatum is 5.
He's not better than Westbrook.
He's not better than Westbrook.
He's not playing better than
He's not better than 2017 Westbrook, but it's 2021 right now, brother.
Yes.
I'm about taking out James Harden. Like what? Just because he's only been an all-star like in the East for like 2 months. Like, so what?
They done putting up numbers, so
did they win tonight? Who won tonight?
And what?
Boston and Washington.
I think Washington won. Oh, Boston won? They didn't pull it out?
Boston, yeah, they won.
Boston won by 1 point.
Tatum got a layup with like about 1 second left. He got like a layup.
Bradley almost had 50. Bradley almost had 50.
I seen Bradley Bill's out there cooking.
Bradley Bill choked at the end.
I had that right.
Man, free Bradley Beal, man. Free my boy Bradley Beal out Washington. Free Bradley Beal,
man.
He almost had 50 tonight.
Free Bradley Beal, man. Bradley Beal dropping 40 every night.
Free the homie, man.
You can't free him because of the contract. The contract.
Dude dropping 40 and losing games.
Nah, I know he can't free him, but it's just the fact, you know.
No, he almost had 50. He got like 46 points. He had 46 points, almost 50.
Back down. I told you it was me broiling my.
If I was Bradley Beal, I'll tell my teammates, you know what? I'm not getting 50 no more unless I know we're going to win. I'm tired of getting 50 for y'all sorry asses to lose.
I heard like 3 rumors from Bradley Beal, like either the Lakers, Knicks, or New Orleans.
They can't trade him because of the contract.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He has a no trade clause or something?
No, it ain't that. It's the money. The numbers, baby. The numbers is something.
He saw that money and signed it.
Westbrook says that he's gonna stay to be loyal and blah blah blah. Man, listen. You're out of there by next year. I don't want to hear that cat. Like you're gonna want to get like.
Here go back to OKC.
My thing is that Russ wants to get to one place where he could play, and that's that. LeBron, the thing is, they got Schroeder for 2 years. They gonna lose Trez next year, so Trez is be gone. So they have to rebuild their bench on the Lakers because Trez is gonna get a big contract somewhere. He just took this little short money so he can play with LeBron, so they can make this run. That's part of Clutch Sports dealing. Now, my thing is, God forbid, but what if Trez get hurt? Now you just screwed Trez. Because now, instead of him going to get his money guaranteed, now you sitting over here doing something completely stupid as far as getting him something just so he could be with LeBron and help LeBron out. You know, it's foolery, and you playing with people's lives. Because now, if Trez get hurt, and the same thing he did over there with Noel, you know, screwed up his contract, and the way he screwed up Morris. And Morris was over in New York. Yeah, and he was like, man, look, I should have been over and I should have took the deal over with the Clippers, the initial deal, before they went and got Mo Harkless.
Facts. Right. Yep. Times like this, you gotta like take care of yourself. Go out for your own contract. Like if I was an NBA player, I wouldn't try to help nobody legacy. I'd be like, nah. I want the most money and the most security just in case I come in contact with some COVID tracing or I get hurt or they got to sit me out. So I can make sure I'm secured.
I still don't
because the pay cut, the pay cuts coming next year. I heard about some pay cuts coming next year because you know, due to the pandemic, ain't no real fans in there. Like serve to like the Hawks, they might have fans.
That, but
the Heat had fans.
They did.
Go ahead, my bad.
Took out the loan. They took out a loan already. They took out a loan already for that. So when you took out when they took out the loan, because they took out what, a $900 million loan that they got from the insurance. So all the teams got $30 million to cover all the losses for them not having the fans and all that. So they all got hit with like $30 million apiece. So the thing is, that's gonna help, you know, with some of the things moving forward. Now they thinking, you know, the second half of the season they finna start opening up. They saw what the NFL did. NFL refused to do no fans. Like some places like Chicago, they refused to do it because of their thing. Everywhere else, it was like we got partial seating here, partial seating. Man, that Super Bowl, man, they had that Super Bowl down there packed. They went
What is Florida though? Florida is one of the places that's open.
Like that's
Florida, Georgia, and Texas, like the main 3 states that was open.
The All-Star game this year was supposed to be in Indianapolis, so they already gave up.
They know that they put it in Atlanta because Georgia's open.
Exactly. So that's why they put it there, so they could sell some tickets, get some people in the seats, and all that. And then Atlanta got all the clubs, you know, and don't nobody want to go to Indianapolis and kick it.
Ooh, you know? Wait a minute, hold up. The All-Star game is supposed to be in. What the hell's in Indianapolis?
No,
who wants to be there?
Nobody.
No one. And then you got to deal with racist cops and be like, "Hey, I'm an NBA player. I don't care, Darky."
Indianapolis,
right there, Eric Dickinson.
They already like locked Tyson up, try to give them. And be like, he's locked up because he spoke back to me, and he's gonna serve time.
Right. Exactly, man. Indianapolis is the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan, so you know
exactly
how that goes.
Right there, Eric Dickinson left and went to Oakland.
Exactly.
And that didn't work either. So
they was going to have it in Indiana. Like, who had the idea to have an All-Star game in Indiana? You would have had the lowest turnout of people going to Indiana.
I mean, they've had it there before. They had it in the 80s. Before.
Yeah, in 1985.
And even then, it probably sucked. And even then, it probably sucked in the 80s.
What, the All-Star game?
Nah, it was what?
No, he said in
I'm talking
Indiana.
about like as like a person who's going to watch the game. Like even NBA players would probably be there bored. Like, what is there to do? They probably just wander around the city.
Oh, right. Yeah. From that standpoint, yeah.
They went to Chicago. They went up to Chicago instead and partied, then came back.
When they was in New York, I see them renting all types of people. Kanye rented all of them. They were just outside. Rihanna, all of them. They were just chilling.
Yeah, when they had it here in Chicago, then that's everybody like, hey man, we shouldn't have it in Chicago. I was like, I told y'all shouldn't have it here. Chicago ain't what people think. I'm like downtown Chicago, and you be like, man, what a club. We can't, like Steven Jackson was flipping out like, dog, I'm in the hotel. I can't smoke. No, you can't smoke.
Oh,
you smoke some weed down here, you're gonna be doing time. I'm downtown.
Yeah, boy. I mean, he was standing on the balcony.
Strict with all of that.
Respect,
but you know the difference between New York, we don't give a damn.
That's why they shouldn't have an All-Star game in Cleveland either.
Right.
Wait, what?
Right. They saw Chicago laws and all the players getting in trouble, and the people that was with them because they couldn't smoke. They ain't know the rules about smoking. They was like, man, y'all can't smoke it. Where y'all smoke at? They be like, dude, go outside, go across the street, and over there it was a tent. Man, I'll freeze to death. Hey, that's on you. You want to smoke?
Too bad.
I'll be like, man. And if you smoking weed, a lot of them got those vaping. They vaping, so they vaping when they sitting over there vaping with weed. And I'm like, dog, everybody can smell that.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So, you know, that's what burnt grass gets you, man. That's what inhaling burnt grass would get you, man, for real. That's where it would get you.
And that's all they complained about. Man, I couldn't smoke. It's like, look, man.
Steven Jackson's on the balcony of his hotel talking about that.
Yeah.
You a man, boy.
What club staples in Chicago, Andy? Like, do Chicago got like any club staples like Chicago's known for?
Man,
like mean clubs that's been around for like a long time.
We had the House of Blues downtown. That's about it. And then that's not really a club like that, no, like it used to be. Most of them are just like white clubs, you know.
Well, I'm talking
you
about
gotta
like,
to go to the.
It don't
you
have to
gotta
be
go
like
outside of
decades.
the
It could be
city.
like an 8-year run. Like like how Webster Hall was. Like Webster Hall had like a 10-year run.
Yeah, they got one like Enclave, but like I'm saying, those are like where the celebrities would go downtown. It's not really jumping like that. Chicago is so different. Like we don't even go to those clubs. We go to the clubs that's like deep in the city. Like they'll be going to clubs downtown, and they'd be like, man, these clubs ain't really like all that. Like when they had the Green Dolphin, that was cool. You know, they had some players in there.
I would have found out because I planned on going to Chicago last year for it.
What was the name of the club that Mike Tyson and Jordan was in at the same time?
Whole list of clubs to go to.
Wait, what?
Oh, they was in 34s, and you know, like I said, that's in the city. Now, like that's like this on the south side. You know, they was up at 34, off the Peyton spot. Right, and then they had which was called it was the new something now. They used to have, they had a bunch of clubs, and most of them on the south side. Like if you go on the south, them where you find your clubs.
Yeah.
You know, if you go downtown, you know, now and you won't find a celebrity dead called dead in them clubs.
Right.
They club out here in the burbs, or they don't even go downtown. If they do, they go to some high-end place like Enclave, where they got like a dress code, and you got to make reservations, or if they at capacity, you get in. But other than that, you know,
that's it.
That's basically it. Sound, but I didn't even know if they still open no more. You know, most of these clubs shut down. Like Adriana's used to be the club, and that's like way in the suburb or the south suburb. Adriana's used to be the spot, but you know, like 3 bodies a drop every night. But it was, you know, that's where the Migos perform. Like anybody who come in and rap, they was performing at Adriana's. So Migos performed there. You had Jeezy, Ross. I mean, everybody performing at Adriana, and they just find a body on Monday or something. Monday night, they just be like, "Oh, we got a body."
Where would Scarface perform at?
At the Scarface and the Ghetto Boys used to perform at the amphitheater. Yeah, that was ran by the GDs over here.
Yeah, that was like the GD.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
you wouldn't go to the amphitheater and be done. I remember one they tried it. Some people tried it, and they was like, "Yo, man, I just want to see it, man. I got to see the show." And you know, like, man, I ain't on no gangbanging thing tonight. I'm dressed up in my regular clothes. All it takes is one person.
Right.
Be like, "Yo, man, that's a mo."
Exactly, man. You know what I mean? If you
that's the mo. What you doing up in here, dude? Next thing you know, they throwing gang signs in his face. Dude was like, "Yo, man, that ain't me." It was totally him. No, dog, I know you. Yo, man's is Smalls. I'll be like, you were Smalls, man, 76. Yeah, remember we chased him down that time and this man him. I mean, you will be amazed how great people's memory is. When you people run it all down quick, fast, in a hurry. They be like, "No, dog, that's you. You a mo."
Yeah, you know what I mean. Going to the amphitheater, performing at the amphitheater, you have to show some type of allegiance. You know what I mean, just to know that you know everything is
still open. The only reason I know because I know the owner of that place. That place got like 5 bars in it and stuff. Right. You know, with the picture you see with me up in there, when I got everybody in there, I got my man from Philly in there who came here when the Jordan brand thing went down. And we was all kicking it in there. He wasn't even gonna get in to Soundbar because of the way he was dressed. But that's how they dress and go to the club on the East Coast. You can't get in the club like that in Chicago dressed that way. They did it because I knew the owner. And the only reason I know the owner because my boy worked, they went to school together. So and he works there too. And he was like, "Yo," but he on the inside. He was like, "Yo, come on in. I'm gonna give you a password, tell them the password, and then y'all just come right past the lines." And inside they got like 5 clubs. They got like a Euro club, some Asian like club thing. Downstairs, all hip hop. So and then you see all us. We all in the downstairs club. Then everybody, you can just go upstairs. You can go.
Froze up.
I'll be like, okay, they got their salsa thing there. They had the other one here. Then you can go downstairs to the hip hop. You can go to all of them. You got access to all the clubs. All in one.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Right. Joe Cool. If you remember, I don't know if you remember that the Ghetto Boys Resurrection album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you remember they had Larry Hoover on there on the intro. You know what I mean? You know him and Jay are good friends. So
yeah.
Ghetto Boys. You know what I mean? Coming down here to Chicago, they were always good. You know what I mean? Coming down.
That's how they were able to get their pass to get there to play.
Yeah.
Perform there.
Yeah. they were good. They were good.
That's the thing, man. If they don't know you, you got to go through them, man, to get their respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real. Right. Seeing was that the place where you got your eye messed up, man? Where Ghostface accidentally hit you with a bottle at? Oh no.
Ghostface hit you.
Oh, wait a minute. No,
that was Operation Push.
Operation Push, right? My fault. Yeah.
That was their first and only concert.
Yeah.
You should have sued him. Shit.
Dude, they did. That's the thing is they sued them. Like everybody was around me. Like my family was handling all of that. They were the ones doing the suing. Like, hey, we suing. And then, but the thing is they settled. It wasn't even gonna be a courtroom and all that. They were just paying. They paid basically the hospital bills. We got a little money like for pain and suffering and all that. But everybody else got money except for like the lawyers. Everybody else got the money. I'm like,
I don't know when they got hit.
Sound like the situation the strippers going through right now in Miami. Somebody threw a bottle at Tekashi and ended up hitting the stripper.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
I think Tekashi got sued or something like that.
Yeah, Tekashi got sued. The stripper is suing him.
Yeah,
I don't understand how you got a documentary on Showtime, man. I ain't watching that mess, man.
Oh,
I don't support none you do.
Who was it? What is it? The one by Complex? Is that the one?
No.
They got one on
He didn't make
Showtime.
that dark. No, he didn't make that documentary. They did documentary without his permission. So
without his permission.
That's crazy, man. That's wild.
I'm done on dudes.
Ain't nobody gonna watch except for the fanboys.
So next question.
Him and Academics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They both side by side.
Homeboy kept showing me something with my son and whack, and I was like, "What?"
Hey,
like,
man,
I don't know.
It's crazy you
said
said something about that.
I
I just heard about that. Well, you know, what I mean, I'm still
like today. Like I heard about, like he was sending me something that I was like,
yeah, I'm about to
look 100, man.
That dude is a clown. That dude is a clown.
I've been saying he a clown since 2015.
Right, exactly, man. Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? All the crap with him dissing Tupac and all that. I'm like,
I looked at Uncle Murder crazy for bringing him out to Brooklyn. I was like, what is you doing?
Bring out who?
Uncle Murder when he brought Black 100 to Brooklyn. Like, why?
Who? Academics?
Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder.
It's like for what? Like, whatever.
Right. Exactly.
Who Uncle Murder brought out to?
Because the thing is, the whole thing was Uncle Murder was going to try to go out to the West Coast, and do his thing. So Wack was going to get him protection on the West Coast. So he wanted to make sure Wack had protection when he came on the East.
Man, he can't even get protection. He getting knocked down in L.A.
Uncle Murder reputation on the West Coast was bad, boy. His dude talking about hitting Suge, hitting Snoop, all that, boy. That was... He was
what protection Wack is going to get? Wack is getting knocked out in L.A. Like, didn't he get knocked out by Nipsey, homeboy, like last year? Boy, come on, man.
Yeah, man. It was like crazy. It was the craziest thing ever, man. Uncle Murder was talking about at every song he was making. He was talking about taking Suge out. And somebody sent him the information like, yeah, we heard.
This is old. This is
we heard
old.
what you said. We heard what you said.
Yeah, this is like 2012.
Snoop, right, taking Snoop out and all that. But now, he ain't on that now. But that's when he was
that
coming
was like
up.
2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that he ain't on that no more, people like, hey, it is what it is.
I know, but he tried to change his image.
It's LA. So the message might not have gotten back to some of the people.
Wow. I remember when he tried to change his image and called himself UM. I was like, that's not going to work.
No, it's not.
Same thing with Mano. When Mano tried to put on the nerd glasses and all that, I'm like, that's not going to work either. Because he tried really hard. I'm like, Mano, stop. Mano, stop. Just do you, my guy. Just do you.
Right. He tried to change his whole image. Yo, he's UM.